Crochet Cousins? You're watching LaShonda Rice. She is the owner, author, and doll designer of the Christian Crochet Addict.
What's up, Crochet Cousins? Today we are going to create my Wonderland crochet hat. I hope that you enjoy it. It is missing some video footage, but it still can be accomplished by following the notes. You are going to need a darning needle, scissors, and a crochet hook, size 5.5. You will also need a sport weight yarn. This is a bulky 2 created by Yarn Art Norway. It's a very soft acrylic yarn. The color number is 851 and the lot number is 224. This is the chart that you will use to create the size of your hat. I'm making a 0 to 3 month old hat, so my width and circumference of my hat should be 14 inches. First, we're going to decide how thick do we want the band. I'm going to chain 6 for my hat because I want the width of the band to be 5 single crochets wide. So I'm going to chain 6 and we're going to lose a stitch because we're going to be working 1 single crochet in each stitch across. If you are following along, you should have 5 stitches across each row every single time. Chain 1 when you get to the end and turn. Continue the pattern as so. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. Don't forget, we're doing the back loops only. And keep going until you reach the desired length of your hat. I shall demonstrate again with 1 single crochet in each stitch across and the back loops only. Once you get to the end of the row, don't forget to chain 1, then turn, and you are going to continue to work in the back loops only. Keep going until you reach the desired width of the circumference of your hat. Once you have reached the length that you desire, check out those ripples. You are going to go ahead and fold your work in half. Do not chain 1 like I did on the video. Don't ask why I chained 1. That was an error. You're going to place your hook into the other side. Make sure it's not twisted. And go ahead and slip stitch from one. See, I did that chain 1. That's why mine turned out like that, but just don't pay it any mind. You're going to slip stitch from one to the other. Okay. Place your hook into one side, then into the other side. Pull the yarn through both pieces as well as the loop on your hook. Let's try that again. Place the hook inside one side, then the other side. Pull that yarn through all the way to the loop on your hook. Once you have slip stitched across, chain 1. Okay, now we will be working on the body of the hat. You should have already chained 1. Now that the rim of our hat is done, we're going to do the body of the hat. If you turn it over to the side, you can see the stitches better. We are not going to work in those holes. So grab the yarn over, place it in the stitch, pull it up, and pull through all 3 loops. Do it again for this entire row. Do not work in those holes. You'll see what I'm talking about in the next part. Right there. Don't do that one. Go ahead and skip it and make sure you're working in the stitch. If you're confused on what is the hole is usually just one yarn string keeping it together. It's not an actual loop or a stitch. It is exactly what it is, a hole. See that one? We're not going to work in that. We're only working in the stitches. Continue to do these half double crochets for this entire row. Please forgive me, my hat is a little further along. Unfortunately, I was distracted and we did not get to record the previous rows, but don't worry, I'm going to catch you up. Round 2, we're going to do a puff stitch. You're going to slip stitch to join. Wrap your yarn over the hook, place it in the stitch, pull up the yarn, wrap it around again, place it through the stitch, pull up a loop, and wrap it around again, place it through the same stitch, and pull up another loop. Now you're going to get rid of all the loops, and don't forget to chain 1. Skip a stitch and continue to make puff stitch for this entire row. Again, this is round 2. Unfortunately, I did not record it when I did it, but it's the same. I know my hat is further along, but this is round. At the end of round 2, you're going to place a slip stitch to join. Do not join it at the stitch down here. Join it at the stitch up here. Then you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch around for round 3. Again, round 3 is not shown on camera, but you're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Don't forget to start with your chain 1 and place a single crochet in each. Round 4, slip stitch and chain 2. We're now going to work double crochets. Our first double crochet will be a regular double crochet. You want to place your hook into the next stitch, wrap the yarn over, take away 2, and take away 2 more loops. Now you're going to wrap your yarn over, place it in the front post, and come through the other side and pull the yarn through, wrap it around, take away 2 loops, take away 2 more loops. And you're going to continue to alternate a double crochet, then a front post double crochet, double crochet, then a front post double crochet. Continue to do this for the entire row. So, if you haven't caught on yet, we first did have double crochets for the first row. Then we did a row of puff stitches. Then we did a row of single crochets. Then we did a row of double crochets. Then front post double crochets. We are going to continue to do this until you reach the desired length of your hat. You're going to do a row of puff stitches, then a row of single crochets, then a row of double crochet, front post double crochet, and continue to do this until you reach the length that For my hat, I've done 2 puff stitch rows, 2 double crochet rows, and 2 single crochet rows. I'm now going to decrease doing double crochets. Go ahead and place your hook on the top of that stitch. Make a slip stitch to join and chain 2. I have slowed this down so that you can see the decreases. Chain 2. Now you're going to wrap the yarn over your hook. Place the hook in the next stitch. Pull the yarn through. Wrap the yarn over. Take away 2 loops. Wrap the yarn over again. Place the hook in the next stitch. Pull the yarn through. Wrap the yarn over again. Take away 2 loops. Wrap the yarn over again and take away 3 loops. You're going to continue to do this for the entire row, doing double crochet decreases. Wrap the yarn over. Place it in the stitch. Pull the yarn through. Wrap the yarn over, take away 2 loops, wrap the yarn over, place the hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn through, wrap the yarn over, take away 2 loops, then take away 3 loops. Continue this for the entire. I'm continuing on with decreases. On this row, I'm doing another double crochet decrease round. You can decide if you would like to do it with single crochets. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I decided to do this last row with decreased double crochets. Slip stitch and cut. Grab your darning needle and sew the hat closed. Don't forget to hide all of your tails inside of the hat. Notice I am sewing the hat closed by going back and forth through each stitch. I was going to edit this part out of the video, but I thought it was important for you to see how to hide your ends. I notice a lot of work online. Sometimes you can see people ends. If they wash it, it comes out. If you go ahead and sew it back and forth, you should have no problems when you wash your items. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed creating it as much as I did creating this tutorial. I know it's not as descriptive as I normally would create my tutorials, but hopefully you can understand it enough to follow along. We alternate through different stitches, puff stitch, double crochet. We even had one row of half double crochet, and it was so much fun to create. I hope that you maybe add a patch like I did at the end. I decided to do this at the last minute. You could sew it on, hot glue it on, whichever is your preference. Again, my name is Lala. I'm the owner and doll designer of the Christian Crochet Addict. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along. If you have any questions, please place your comments below. God bless.